Welcome to the channel. This is Oblivion and we're here with the Holiday Handoff summoning session. Our goal for tonight is to get Black Knight foremost, and then we're going to try to grab a Cordelia. I wouldn't mind getting Dorothea and Annette, so we're probably going to be doing full circles until we pick up an Annette, and then we'll stop doing colorless. Anyway, this banner does have 3 sparks. I don't think I'll do all 3 sparks. I might do 2. I'm not sure quite yet. But anyway, let's jump in, then we can start discussing the banner, and then we'll do some questions as well. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is Black Knight himself. He does have a very interesting weapon that gives damage reduction up to -10 attack and speed, which is effectively 10 defense, resistance, and speed as well. So it's pretty strong actually. It's pretty good. I'm pretty sold on that. And then he gets no follow-up, of course. So he has a pretty good weapon. The question is like, does he have enough to stay in the meta, right? And the thing is, he is green, which unfortunately is not the best color right now because red is by far the best color in the meta. So like being green is kind of not great, especially as an armor, because dual Chrom is just literally everywhere. And then when it comes to melee matchups, we have Brave Self literally everywhere. So it's a bit rough, if I'm being completely honest. The thing is that Black Knight is fast enough where he might be able to outspeed and deal with Self, which is a big deal. If you can outspeed Self, you can survive him. And Black Knight does have a very good stat line. We got a stat line that's 43 HP, 44 attack, 44 speed, 35 defense, and 30 resistance. The speed super boon, so you can actually hit 48 at +1. That's really solid. Like that's super good, especially when you consider the -10 attack and speed. It really helps his stats quite a bit. So there's definitely something there, right? I don't think as a bar save he's gonna be very good, just because Chrom is so strong and Black Knight can't use Hardy Fighter effectively because of his weapon requiring an offensive special. So I think he's just better off as a near save in my opinion. The thing is that you have to revamp his whole kit, which isn't very cheap, right? Like you're essentially going to want attack speed near save, which is off rearmed Grima, and then you're also going to want like either like Kestrel's Stance, or you're going to want attack speed Unity. And Kestrel's Stance isn't too bad to get. You can get off like Syri, but attack speed Unity is pretty difficult to get right now, so it kind of sucks to be honest. So yeah, I think he's gonna be good. I don't know if he's gonna. I don't think he's like a meta unit really, but I'm gonna have a lot of fun with him. I think his best place is probably in Eat the Raid's offense, right? Because on defense, he has an HP condition in his weapon, and the opponent can kind of manipulate that, especially in like Gale Force plays. But on offense, you control it, so it's much easier to have your opponents come at you at like 100% HP, right? So I think that's gonna be his position. That's probably where I'll end up using him. I think he's gonna be a lot of fun. I do think if he was blue though, he might be like actually meta defining to an extent, right? Because if he was blue, he would probably be able to just take Chrom. Chrom, even with a Deadeye, probably wouldn't be able to kill him. You'd probably just take a pretty good hit, and then Black Knight would just Black Luna him in the face and get a lot of HP back. But as green, I don't think that's possible, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm very happy with him overall. I do wish that it wasn't Black Knight. I wish it was Zelgius. I wish we would have got red armor Zelgius dressed up in like a Santa outfit. I really don't like Santa outfits, to be honest, but whatever, right? I would have taken it. But he does look good. I do like the snow and the cape and everything else. It looks really good on him. And now let's talk about Cordelia, because Cordelia is definitely like the all-star on this banner, right? She's going to be the unit that's going to be meta. Cordelia is going to be the meta unit, right? She essentially has a different version of triangle attack, which is very interesting. We'll talk about in a second. So I do expect her to just kind of be in a lot of different places. Let's talk about her stat line at first. So she does have 44 attack and 43 speed, 2 stats that are really relevant, which is really strong, and she has a super boon in attack, so she's going to be able to hit really hard. Especially with that built-in special acceleration, it can make it really easy to Gale Force or just put out big specials, like a Bonfire or a Luna or something like that, right? So when it comes to dual strike versus triangle attack, I think a lot of people think dual strike is just 100% better, and I don't think that's actually the case. As someone who plays summoner duels very competitively, there's going to be a lot of cases where it's not easy to actually have an adjacent ally to get that dual strike, right? But sometimes you'll be able to be in a position where you can be between 2 allies, but you just can't directly be next to one. And that's a lot of the case with melees too, right? I think dual strike is actually better with ranged foes. I think it's much easier to use the ranged foe. But with a melee foe, you might actually want triangle attack. And the other thing to consider is that Cordelia offers Treachery, which is only to Awakening and Fates heroes. So you can also build like SDS teams with those powerful Awakening heroes on that team, like Harmonic Sonya, like Duo Chrom, right? So that's something to think about as well when you're doing team building. Yeah, I'm not 100% sold. I think she's more like a side grade, in my opinion. And that's a good thing, right? Like, if you have 2 triangle attacks, that's really, really powerful. So it's definitely nothing to complain about. And for me, that's like just having another Bridal Cordelia for SDS, which means I just have more options to build teams much more cohesively, and also to offer more power to those teams, right? Because a lot of times you do need that power to get through some far saves or some other units who are just a bit too bulky. The other thing is I think she's going to be more, like she can be used on E3's defense for sure, but personally I think I'd keep Bridal Catcher on E3's defense, and I'd probably use this Cordelia as a Gale Forcer on E3's offense. That's personally what I'm probably going to end up doing. I am looking forward to that. I think it'll be a lot of fun, because I think if you use a different unit to engage, like let's say you use Brave Self to engage, right? He goes in, he gets into Miracle range after like taking somebody out, then Cordelia can come in and she'll immediately have dual strike. So she'll immediately be able to go in, hit twice, kill something, pop the Gale Force, and then people can follow her in and have dual strike as well. So I think it'll work really well there. The things you have to consider, of course, is like the team composition you're going up against. If the team is very condensed, like in a catcher ball, it'll be much easier. But if it's something more like a cav line, it'll be a bit more difficult, right? Because it'll be more spread out, and your Wings of Mercy beacon won't be exactly next to where you need to be. So that's just stuff to think about, I guess. But yeah, I think she's going to be a great unit. She's going to be strong. I don't think she's a must-pull necessarily, because Bridal Catcher exists, right? And that's the kind of thing. I kind of wish that Dual Strike was more different than Triangle Attack. I wish that it was more like Triangle Attack, but instead of getting a Brave effect, maybe you get Adaptive Damage, or maybe you get a Blade effect, right? Like an Acceleration effect, or maybe you get, I don't know, something else, right? Just something more different. So we could have different types of support that have similar function, but just different, like, you know, aspects of power. But of course they didn't go that way, so maybe we'll get that in the future. Yeah, the other unit I really want to talk about in the banner is Dorothea. Dorothea is really interesting. I don't think she's like going to be an insane dancer. I think she'll be a good dancer, right? Any cav dancer is good, and she's just better than Sigurd now. So if you were ever using Sigurd, you'd probably just use Dorothea now, because she gives that buffing, obviously, and the guaranteed follow-up attack. When it comes to Azura, though, Azura definitely still is better than her, because Azura gets to have the buffing of not only the target you're dancing, but everybody adjacent to her. And she also gets the extra movement, right? The PRF dance, which is really, really big. It really allows you to be aggressive in something like Summoner Duels. So I do think Harmonic Azura is still the best for sure. But Dorothea definitely has a position somewhere, right? She definitely can be good. We're more than halfway through, and we have not gotten a single thing yet. We haven't even gotten a net yet. This is not going the best. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, so I think she's going to be good, definitely for sure. And then like Annette is interesting. She has a very bulky stat line. She has 43 attack, 23 speed, 40 defense, and 41 resistance. Yeah, so she's very, very bulky, very min-max stat line, which is pretty cool. It makes her different than Ignatz or Felix. And then with Bruno, he's, I believe, our first mage armor that is free to play. And he also has a high attack, but he actually has decent speed of 38, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure exactly where they'd want to use him at, right? But either way, if you're a big Bruno fan, he does look really good, so at least there's always that. Okay, oh man, we really need to get something. We're at 4.25%, that sucks. Yeah, let's do some questions, I guess, right? Oh, maybe some questions will bring us some luck, finally. This one's going to be from Nico Topin 6552, or just Nico Topin. He's a massive Ike fan, just like me. If you haven't followed him on Twitter, he does like a lot of comics of like the Ikes, and they're really good and really a lot of fun to read. And he wants to know, what are your hopes for Fallen Ike's Refine? So I think we're still about a year and some change off of Fallen Ike's Refine. I think it's supposed to be coming out in like March or April 2024, around there, I think. And the thing is, like, it's hard to say what will be meta defining at that time, right? So it's hard to say like what I would want on his Refine. Like, you could just say general effects like no follow-up or something like that. But I think no follow-up is like, you don't necessarily need it as much in your weapon now that, well, at least for infantry, now that it's so available outside of it. So I think what I would want is either just a really powerful effect like speed-based true damage and speed-based damage reduction, like flat damage reduction, think that would be really strong. Like, imagine Asker, but based off speed for him. That would be strong. Or they could do something really interesting and make it so that his weapon reverses all negative penalties. So not just stat penalties like it does right now, but let's say like you get hit with exposure, right? And you're taking 10 true damage. Instead it flips it and now you do 10 true damage whenever you hit somebody. Like that would be really cool. Or if you get hit by gravity, instead of getting gravity, you get extra movement. I think that would be really, really cool. So maybe something like that would be awesome and it would make him very, very unique. We are at 30 pulls. 30 pulls and not a single 5-star. My luck is atrocious tonight. Oh my gosh. This is painful. But yeah, I'm interested to see what he gets. As an Ike fan, right? I'm always hoping for the very best. Especially after Legendary Ike. They treated Legendary Ike so poorly. I really hope that Fallen Ike gets treated better. And unfortunately, Valentine's Ike just doesn't even have a PRF weapon, so he'll never get a Refine. So you're kind of stuck with Arcane, Rion Lips Arcane weapon. I can never pronounce the name. Oh man. Okay, come on, give me something. That is not the right Selena. You need to be attached to Cordelia in blue. Okay, so this one's gonna be from Drawden0079. My favorite unit is Legendary Chrom. What do you think his Refine and Remix will be? Okay, so when it comes to Legendary Chrom, he should be getting his Refine next year. I think in like April or May. And I think they'll go with some obvious stuff, right? He's definitely going to get stats, you know, first and foremost. I think he'll get a guaranteed follow-up attack because his speed is pretty middling, and even though a lot of people built him for speed, like it doesn't really fix all his problems. So I could see them giving him a guaranteed follow-up attack. I think the interesting thing is what they will do with like to change fate, right? So I could see them like doubling down on that a bit. So maybe for the first thing, it's like when you use an assist skill, you give the unit, so Chrom himself and the person he's repositioning or assisting, +6 to all stats, and then like maybe it like does something else, right? So maybe it does that, and then maybe the to change fate part remix, right? It like neutralizes penalties, or maybe it gives a blade effect. That'd be really cool, right? Like maybe it like, so like you reposition, right? You get all +6 stats, and then you get like a blade tome effect on top of it. That'd be cool. Or maybe even like special acceleration, so like heavy blade or a flashing blade effect. I can see stuff like that, right? So we see with Duo Chrom just how powerful that can be. So I can see them going the same route with Legendary Chrom. And I think that would make him interesting. And make him different than Duo Chrom, but still like an alternative, essentially. Ooh, that'd be scary, though. Imagine seeing... imagine having Duo Chrom and Legendary Chrom. They're just both, like, top-tier meta choices for, like, Summoner Duels or stuff like that. Like, ugh. It'd be so difficult to deal with. And it would also make it, like... Oh, man. Then we had two really armor-effective things we have to think about in the meta, right? Red and blue. So, then, like... oh, man. There's so many implications of that. This is going terrible. I can't believe we're about to hit 40 and we haven't gotten a single thing. Oh my god, this sucks. I guess we're going to 2 sparks so I can actually get 2 units. I'm gonna spend like, I don't know how many orbs have we spent, like 120 or something? Probably more than that because we've been doing full circles. We've been doing full circles too and we still haven't gotten a single thing. That's f***ing insane. Oh my god. My luck is atrocious. Alright, here's the last one. Can we get Dorothea? Give me something at least. And nope, it's stall. Oh my gosh, that... There's a certain person on Discord who's complaining about their summons, and I want to go hit them now. They got like 10 5-stars. Okay, so we're gonna go with Black Knight first. He is the priority. But now I guess we're going to second spark to get Cordelia. Oh my gosh, that was so much worse than I imagined it could have been. Wow. There he is, covered in snow. Knight's Blade, Black Knight. I will do and say only what is strictly necessary to ensure the success of the festival. Okay. Yeah, he's not very festive. There he is. We need a Speed IV though. I might have to use Trait Fruit on him. Because that Speed IV is really strong as a super boon. Let's keep going. Let's do another question. Hopefully this question can bring some luck. Which group of legendaries, Fire, Water, Wind, and Earth is your personal favorite? Fire will always be mine, despite most of them just being decent at best. And this question's from T-Dog7764. I don't really have a clear favorite of group of legendaries. There's like characters I kind of like in every group, I'd say. I guess I like Earth and Fire. Earth and Fire were my first 2 cores I built up because Earth had Legendary Ike, and fire had legendary Hector, and those were like two of my favorite characters, so I wanted to build them to +10. That's kind of how I chose. Earth also has like Alm and Claude and Nana, so a lot of characters are like there. And then fire has Ephraim Roy, Atri, Celica, and then obviously Hector, so lots of favorites there. It's kind of like a mixed bag. I'm not really sure. I guess I really don't have like a favorite. I think the only season I really haven't invested into is Wind. Because I didn't really... It's not that I didn't like the legendaries, I just already had Earth and Fire built, so I didn't see the point investing into that one, right? I eventually invested into Water season because Dimitri was there. And I was like, okay, I'll get +10 Dimitri, and then Chrom was sharing with them, so I was like, I'll just get +10 Chrom as well. I just dropped like a lot of orbs in that banner and picked up both of them, pretty much. We are at 5%. Oh my gosh, dude, this is like abysmal luck. Holy shit. Oh my god, Oscar, go away. I love you, but go away. This is so... like, you gotta be kidding me right now. What a waste of orbs. Oh my gosh. Especially with all the banners coming up right now, having this bad luck feels terrible. Okay, let's do another question. This one's going to be at Viren Wind 5527. What are levels, stages, or areas in video games that you just cannot enjoy? I hate like swampy areas or areas where like they slow you down on purpose, right? Like the whole point is just to slow you down so you have to take a longer amount of time in this area. Like it just takes a long time to get through. Anything like that. Anytime they make you stealth, I hate games that make you stealth. Like they're like, oh, it's not even like a stealth game, right? It's not like it's Assassin's Creed or something. It's like, I don't know, like Zelda Ocarina of Time, and you're like sneaking into like Hyrule Castle, and they're like, we're gonna put a stealth part here. It's like, ugh, I hate that crap. Like anytime they do that, and it's so many games like I feel like they have to do that. Please say you're not 5-star. Okay, thank God. Oh, I was gonna be so mad she broke my pity. Glad to get Annette finally. Hey, look at me. It took me. I'm at 5.25%, pulling all the colorless, and it just got Annette. Plus HP. That's whatever. Yeah, we're not pulling any more colorless. Let's do red. So I don't want to get 5-star Annette now and be very, very mad. Yeah, any area that like slows you down on purpose and like makes you like just take too much time going through it, just like for no real purpose other than to like, I don't know, for aesthetic or something. I don't know, just to like make it slower. I hate that kind of crap. I always want to be like moving. I always want to be doing stuff, I guess. And like that's, to me, that just doesn't like, isn't fun gameplay. Oh man, Raven, go away. This is so freaking terrible. Like, it's not even like getting pity broken sucks, but not getting anything is worse, right? Like, that's actually worse. Like, my 5-star rate is just atrocious right now. Oh my god, are you kidding me? It's fucking Anna. Bro, Anna, go away. I know you got announced for Formas, but I don't care. Go away. Wow, you just ruined my pity rate. Oh, I don't like you right now at all. Oh, you're gonna die. I'm gonna like kill you for joint speed or something. Get out of here. Oh, that's annoying. That's so... I was just talking about pity breaks too. Okay, yep. Now my pity drops by like, what, 1%, I think? We're at 5.25, and now it's gonna be at 0.75. Okay, whatever. Oh my gosh, we've spent so many orbs and gotten nothing to show for it. That sucks. Okay. Next question. Do you actually like the new Pokemon games, or do you think that's only gotten worse over time? And this is from Demastia. So I really like playing Pokemon from Black and White until like Oris, I'd say. And then Oris kind of like, I don't know, it kind of fell off for me there. I stopped playing competitively at that point. And then after that, I really did not like the Pokemon much at all. Like I did not play, was it like Brilliant Sapphire, I think it's called, or like Sword and Shield. I didn't play any of those games, or Let's Go Pikachu, or any of those games at all. I did not like the direction they went with the game. And I also felt like they were just removing more stuff every single time they released a new Pokemon game. Are you f***ing kidding me? Are you f***ing kidding me right now? Are you I got 2 Annas. 2 pity break Annas. And I haven't gotten a single focus rate. Oh, I'm so f***ing mad. I'm so f***ing mad right now. Oh, I'm gonna kill Anna. There's gonna be an Anna killing stream. I'm just gonna sacrifice her. It's gonna turn her into feathers. Oh my god, I'm so angry. What a shit summoning session. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I guess you get to see my streams where I summon really well, and then you get to see my videos where I summon very terribly and I lose all my pity. But yeah, so for Pokemon, it kind of just fell off for me. I felt like they were like removing things from the games, and it was just getting a worse and worse experience. I felt like they were just rushing games out more and more and not focusing on what really mattered. And also, like, when they announced Pokemon for Switch, I expected like a bigger upgrade. I expected it to be like a new, right? It's like Pokemon's going to a main console now, like time to show you what you can really do, and they just didn't do that. It just felt like a 3DS game they ported to Switch. So I just did not like it. The reason why I started playing with Pokemon again was because I saw Arceus, and Arceus looked interesting to me. And I was kind of still, cautious about it. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to play again. But I waited to watch some reviews. I saw some gameplay, and it looked interesting, right? It's like exploration. It's about adventure. And so I ended up picking it up, and I really enjoyed Arceus. I think Arceus was a ton of fun. I loved how mobile you were and how much like it was about, exploring the world and like interacting with Pokemon. It was less about like battling and stuff. And I think that was really good. And then with Violet and Scarlet, I also really enjoyed that game. I just really like exploration and world games, and I think Pokemon really works well with that, right? You just get to like travel around, you get to find different Pokemon, you get to find like different areas, and there's secret Pokemon in it that are more rare. It had the battling as well. Like, I think it's just a really good game. Now, is it perfect? Not even close, right? The performance in that game is terrible. Oh my gosh, it's some of the worst performance I've ever seen in the game. There is so much like frame drops and just like stutters and bugs and everything else. But I truly did enjoy the game a ton, and I wish they would have taken another like 6 months or whatever they needed on the game to hammer out all the bad parts, because I think people would have I think this would have been one of the best Pokemon games ever released if they would just took their time with it. But unfortunately, they obviously didn't. They had to meet that Christmas. It's Ryoma. I mean, that's fine. 4-star special rate. I wish you were Brave Roy or Alencia though. I'd be much more happy. I'll take Ryoma. Okay, let's back up. Oh my gosh, we have spent like 220 something orbs, and like we haven't technically pulled a single on focus unit. That is so bad. Oh my gosh, this banner's cursed. Okay, let's do another question. I need one of you guys to give me a question that brings me luck. So we have a question from Trident's Lullaby. What is your main weapon in Monster Hunter? Did it change at all during Sunbreak, Minor Hunting Horn, and Charge Blade? So for me, I started in 3U, and in 3U I mained Longsword. And then in 4U, they nerfed Longsword super hard, and it sucked. So I started playing Charge Blade, and I played Insect Glaive, which were the 2 new weapons. And Charge Blade was a lot of fun, so I had a lot of fun with that. I started playing it. And then Generations came around, and they fixed Longsword, so I went back to Longsword. And I also picked up a lot of other weapons. I picked up Dual Blades, I picked up Bow, and I continued playing Charge Blade. And then when World and Iceborne came out, I mained Longsword for the most part, but the game was like so long, right? Like I have 16 or 1700 hours on Iceborne because I really, really love that game. And so I ended up picking up Dual Blades, I picked up Bow, I picked up HBG, a heavy bowgun, light bowgun. I pretty much played everything, but yeah, those were probably my mains. It was like long swords, dual blades, and like heavy bowgun, I guess. Heavy bowgun was like when I wanted to be lazy, essentially. So that was it. And then in dual blades, or in Sunbreak, I didn't play all that much, especially in Base Rise. I didn't play very much. And then with Sunbreak, I haven't played as much as I wanted. I've been playing with Magic is Broken a bit, and we've been having a lot of fun, but I just haven't had the time to play as much as I want to. So I've mostly only been doing dual blades, and dual blades are really fun in that game. You just do so much damage, and you are so extremely mobile. You can just do some crazy stuff. So yeah, I've been switching it up a lot. Well, over the time I've switched it up a lot. Not so much lately. I've been just playing dual blades, which are just fun. I mean, I enjoy Sunbreak's combat system with all the action abilities, but I do kind of miss Iceborne a bit more, I'd say. I think that was more my playstyle, where it was less like crazy over the top action. Oh my gosh. Every time I pull an orb, it hurts. It hurts so bad. This has to be like one of the worst summoning sessions I've ever had. It's gonna be 30 minutes, and there's not gonna be like, there's gonna be a single 5-star up there. Oh gosh, oh my gosh. We're actually gonna like hit, we're gonna hit 2 sparks with no focus units. That is so bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do another question. This one's gonna be from Quinn the Druid Sleepy Deirdre. Okay, there's something. It's not exactly who I wanted, but I will take it. I will absolutely take it. There's Dorothea. Good IV? Good IV? Nope, terrible IV. I guess she's a dancer, so it's whatever. It's not that big a deal. Okay, let's see if we can get a Black Knight here. That would be nice. Okay, so Quinn wants to know, I don't know if I've ever asked this before, but have you read Berserk? I actually finished it and loved it. I hope your summons go well. They have not been going well, but thank you for the question. Berserk, I know of Berserk, obviously. I've been reading manga and anime and watching anime for a very long time. But Berserk, actually, I don't know if I saw the manga or if I watched the anime from 1997 or something like that. There's a very traumatic scene in Berserk. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a scene, and if you've read or seen Berserk, you know what I'm talking about. That kind of traumatized me as a kid, because it's very, very violent, but not in the normal way of violence, if you get what I'm trying to say, I guess. And it kind of like turned me off to the entire series. I know it's a very, very, very good series. Like, I've obviously heard a ton of praise for it. I know it has amazing themes and amazing art. But for some reason, every time I go to pick it up, I just can't get past that scene. I think it was because I was a kid maybe, and I saw it. It kind of just traumatized me, and I just don't want to pick it up, which sucks, because I know it's very, very good. But yeah, so I've never actually read it, unfortunately. It's one of the few I haven't read. I've read a majority of the mainstream mangas, right? I think the only things I haven't read are Berserk and like JoJo's, right? I've tried to read JoJo's. I've tried to watch JoJo's, but I cannot get past the first part. The first part is just so boring to me. I've tried like 3 or 4 times to watch the anime, and I've fallen asleep every single time. Every single time I've fallen asleep. So as much as the JoJo memes call to me, I've never actually gotten that far. Ugh, this is so painfully bad. Oh my gosh. At least give me one more Black Knight. Please give me one more Black Knight. Please, please, game. Yes! Oh my god, I called it. Yes! Okay. Ugh, it's still a very bad summoning session, but at least I got my favorite unit to +1. Now, give me plus speed. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, that's actually amazing. That's actually cool, because now I can merge him. He'll have the proper speed, and okay, that's cool. I'm very, very happy about that. Let's just finish this off, and then we'll get out of here. I think we have time for one more question. So let's do the blue. And we'll just spark Cordelia, and then we technically got everything we wanted. It was just in the most painful possible way. Okay. Oh, I have so many Farinas. I don't know why, but like there was a period of time where I non-stop pull Farina. I think I must have gotten like 3 or 4 of her at least. And I think she has like what, catch, and she has like attack defense rain, I think, if I'm right. Yeah, so she'll just be more fodder. But that's fine. That's a 5-star. I'll take it. Whatever. At this point, just take whatever I can get, right? Anyway, this one's going to be from Karu Kiari. Prediction on the next unit that will completely break the game, excluding Embla. My guess is on duo from Engaged, like Alir and Lumera. Yeah, I assume so. I assume like I'm kind of in the same boat. I expect there to be some duo Engage unit who is just broken. Like maybe, I'm not really, because like obviously Engage isn't out yet, so I haven't played it. But we've seen some stuff, right? Like the Embla, like the rings fusion stands, right? Like from JoJo, you get the stand essentially. So maybe we'll get a duo like that, and it's like a Lear and Marth or something, and it will just be completely broken. It will just have some stupid effect that just breaks the game. That's what I would imagine. Other than that, I would say maybe the Valentine's banner. The Valentine's banner has always been meta defining for a while now, right? At least for the past 2 years. We got like duo lift and the saves, and then after that, this year we got duo Chrom. So maybe Valentine's banner. And there's Cordelia. Okay, so now we have her. We can try her out, see how she actually works out. I expect her to be very similar to Bridal Catcher, though. I don't expect her to be much different. There's the Celestial Stone. And we'll put her in, I don't know, AR core, I guess. Okay. Back out. We have 31 orbs. I think I spent 300 orbs about. I'm not exactly sure. But that was a very, very painful summoning session. Oh my gosh, that was painful. Anyways, at least we came out of it with 2 BKs, which I'm very, very happy about. And we got one of every unit. So overall, it's a win. It just was, it's like one of those wins where you get like a field goal in like overtime. and you win that way. It's like, okay, I won, but it didn't feel that great. Sorry for the sports analogy. I don't know if people understand that. But anyways, I'd love to hear from you. How did your summons go? If you did summon on this banner, who were you aiming for? Were you going for Cordelia or Dorothea? Or maybe you're going for Black Knight like me? Or maybe you're just going for Annette. Maybe you're going for a +10 Annette because she is adorable and she's amazing and she needs to be with Felix, right? That's exactly why she's on this banner. Anyways, I'd love to hear from you, so make sure to drop a comment down below letting me know. If you haven't yet, go check out my Arcane Eclipse tier list video in the top left, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe. This has been Oblivion, I'll catch you all later.